Hey, yo. Um, Listen, I'm only making this because this my boy, one of my boy, Track Off War. This is one of his mans, Kevin Samuels. So I gotta make this, man. A huge part of me feel like the usual, if you got to a certain point of stardom in life, it's a hoax. When certain ways of not certainty happens when you pass away. Now, when they declare you passed away. Now, his situation is saying he's supposed to pass away of a heart attack. They don't know how true it is. I mean, for just to be in that position and not know how true it is, I'll say it's false. Then they said TMZ wasn't there first. Definitely had something to do with some type of probably refusal of a choice, in my perspective, that he chose otherwise, or just putting out the algorithm of just seeing how people react to the way that they responded to it. Because I see a lot of people responded to this as like basically the females is happy and so parading his passage as a victory, and this man actually had men who was probably straightening out their lives and their right minds, if you ask me, on the way that they can have a perspective of things. Like, you have religions and people ways of perspective of living. I feel like he wasn't creating people who wasn't too far going on certain things and aspects of life that need to be touched on when it comes to fairness of men and women. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he spoke on some things that need to be touched on. And he's a great person for that. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't agree with everything he said. You know what I mean? And I'm damn sure not the best person in the world talking about it, But at the end of the day, the fact that females is parading this, even probably some men is parading this, it's just a shame, man. It's just sad. It's just like what the world became, man. And it's like I've been with saying this on my Instagram. I've been with saying this years ago. I actually just found out about the guy Samuel because of my friend. And he was always talking like I did. He was like, he remind me of you, how you be talking. I'm like, yeah, because females be on some type time. And every time a scarring woman get a victory like that in their eyes, they're going to show you that side, that was actually what that man was talking about, that is just scarring. These scarring females got to stop doing that. They be the main ones, want the rights and everything to go their way when things go wrong, you know what I mean, in their favor. And you want somebody to look at you, the way you look at things, but it's always two sides to one story. And I just, sad that it had to be that, outlook, or even if it was fake or not, sad that it have to come now for y'all to actually open your eyes on the things that he be talking about towards these females and how they been acting, because it's hard for a real man to even have a stable relationship. Rather, if they was in a faithful relationship and they started cheating, it's hard to even keep a man worrying about one female, especially when now females don't know how to respect relationships. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to respect relationships. They like to go for the guy that's in a relationship that's showing that he's flashy or, productive and things like that. And they'll go all out for that destruction and just to prove some type of point. And he was talking about these type of females, But we can't highlight the stuff they do wrong. But, just recently this guy got beat up on the internet or whatever over some girls. Everybody laughed. And then he'd be wrong if he not wanted them to hell out, then everybody want to jump and hurt him. And he was I've been through stuff like that. Personally, I've been through stuff like that. So I know, the outcome when it goes the other way. And how to have to live with the shit that you've been scarred on you afterwards. You know what I mean? I know about that. So personally, people who live through that type of thing that Kevin Samuel been through in his life, to be able to talk to people and try to show that, man, I commend him and salute him straight up, man, because it's hard to even just be able to get that voice to be heard about people going through stuff like that. You know what I mean? Rather, we got to learn as a people to stop being so sexist and stuff about on bias on sexist things. If it's going to be men and women, or we going to be united, or we going to be equal, or is this going to be whichever one is first? Let that be, known now, and we can start moving forward with the change there. Because it got to start with who, carrying this. We can either do it together, or one of them got to be, the leader. If we give it all to the female, which it is now, look how things going. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like a female could lead it if she had a man in her, in her back, having her back just like he would want the same thing with his woman. And it just got to be a fairness with that, man. And when we find this fairness in life, that's the only way we're going to be able to, make some type of change and really start seeing things and reconcile a lot of relationships where people can be with their baby moms and baby fathers cannot be so unproductive or turn into crime and drugs and streets. And you know how many people who living in Philadelphia you see that's messed up, you're like, damn, I went to school with him, or damn, one he just was all right just a couple weeks ago. Listen, y'all don't, if you're not from Philadelphia, you can't see a turnaround like that. You probably do. I'm not going to knock where anybody from. I'm not going to just say that, but it's just something different. How they tell you that one place, that Kensington, is just like tearing up this whole Philadelphia name. I'm telling you. And people who live through that and deal with these type problems with just becoming a man and trying to understand themselves, carry a relationship with a female, or try to carry a fatherhood ship with his children, and all that get destroyed based off of how the female support their husband, how they support their man. The female don't be backing them no more the right way. They don't encourage you or nothing. The first shot they can get to take at you to say something negative, they doing it. Oh, yeah, you ain't brush your teeth today. Oh, your breath stank. That's that same thing. Baby, you ain't brush your teeth? I can tell because your breath smelling like a little crazy. Let's go ahead and brush your teeth, baby. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to feel no type of way. Or certain type of ways. It just got to be a competition or, stuff like that. It's just sad, man. Stuff like that. Just cater to your motherfucking husband or your spouse the right way. That's what I'm saying. Either way. And I felt like the boy Samuel, he definitely was on to that. And he definitely was a supporter of the men with no voice that actually can see things that's wrong with the female and just wanted to speak on it, just like they had a right to speak on what we do and what we've been through. And I know for a fact that I probably talked too much or probably said things out of the content or took it all the way to the left to just get a point across, but it's the truth, and that's how I talk. And that's just my perspective on it, and that's just what it is. And that's just me being real, and the truth gotta be out there, that people need to see this, man. That, that guy should not be, treated like that just because he passed away, however it may be, or what it may stand for. He shouldn't be treated like that, or people shouldn't take it as that inside of that type of energy that they trying to put out here and the spells of, messing with us, I'm not the best person out here, talking about this stuff. And I'm not an expert on everything, but I'm just giving my perspective. And hope y'all can relate to it and understand where I'm coming from. And don't just, shun away me just because I'm not somebody that's your regularly known person. And that's what I think that Kevin Samuels was standing up for and spoke for a lot of people like that. Especially when you sit down and you think of those things that he was talking about, and he actually broke and said some things that really was factual things that men have to feel ashamed to say or stand up for just because we was a men and we didn't have the backing of a support system of us men standing together on that and backing that man for having that perspective. Because a lot of these dudes really be messing their game up by being vagina whipped and, never had nothing, so you get something, or your mama raised you a certain way to be mindful, to be able to treat a woman like that, because that's how you keep a woman. Like, how a female gonna tell you how to keep a woman when they was supposed to, keep us company when they was made. And he'll break it down like that and he'll get shunned. I mean, that's how I was breaking things down to people when I got shunned too. So I really related to Kevin Samuels when he really was talking like that. You know what I mean? And we break it down to the beginning of things, and females don't want to hear that because society set it up for them to be able to say whatever they want to say. When they made that song, Who Run the World, Girls, it was over. Even when James Brown said it was a man's world, that was a start to let y'all know what the truth was. And, they killed that off, and that was the new thing right there. They try to get that female in there for president and all that. It's just like a theme for everything, man. And this is the new theme to try to destroy the man with a conscious mind that think outside the box to create a way of sense. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to be fairness in the world, you ask me. Everybody ain't going to be able to be forgiven for things that they done in their life, and everybody ain't going to be perfect in their life. You know what I mean? So, and it's not for us to always forgive everybody for what they do. And it's not for us to sit up there and try to say that it's cool that that man passed away just because you disliked him. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I dislike a lot of people on this earth. But I don't be up there and be like, yeah, I'm happy that happened to him. And when it happened to him, you know what I'm saying? And that shit be crazy. I can't think of nobody off the back that I could say a celebrity that I didn't like that. Like, all right, how about this? If 6ix9ine something was to happen to Bull, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care to say that about him. Like, yeah, I mean, but a lot of people was going to say that. A lot of people was going to say that. And you know what's crazy? Just because he's a man and what he stood for, and certain people going to say it's cool to say that about 6ix9ine, that, oh, yeah, I'm glad that happened to him. You know what I mean? And I ain't going to lie. I may feel that way, but you won't catch me saying that shit on here. You know what I mean? Because that's not thorough to even say out your mouth. You know what I mean? It's not thorough. Like, you know what I mean? And it do be some people that you may feel that way, and I'm just saying that as an example. Because, you know what I mean? But it's not thorough to say that shit out your mouth. And females got to stop doing that and stop. Because they don't know they got the control to create the lanes right now, to create the ways that life is going. It's not even just men. It's not even just for females. It's life. They creating the way, the lanes of life. You creating them. So while y'all creating these lanes of life, can y'all actually tighten up on which way we going? Especially when we speak in our piece and can we be fair? Can we actually do that? Like, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to take this to like one of these type of subjects that Kevin probably talk about. In a relationship, I got to ask permission to get, sexually pleased orally. And then I got to go based on your liking. So how you do not control the lanes? I can't receive that, and then now I'm in a relationship. I can't go out and cheat because now that's making you control the lane again to say that I did something wrong for something that you ain't doing and something that we agreed to in our obligation relationship that I should be able to deserve to get. You know what I mean? Whether you felt like it or not, right? But they don't do all they can to keep their man satisfied, but we got to break our necks to keep them satisfied. We ain't even just talking about physicalness. We're going to talk about the financial, because you always got to come with money. You can't not have money nowadays. You get something like that, and that female most likely, homeless or been through some real shit. You know what I mean? Or probably already got her own stuff that she don't need you. And don't let too many of them happen, because then they'll carry you in a relationship. And then now they making you feel small because they got everything before you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, above you. You live under her roof, and you living under her power and her control. So when she wants you to have sex with her and but then when you do it, she be like, oh, I feel like a slave because I got to do it when you want me to do it. But then if you leave it to motherfucking us, to her, for us to get something, we never going to get it at all. Like, you should have said something. You know what I mean? So it's like they just got so much power, and I don't know how to do it. If we don't, as men, don't get that power back, you know what I mean? I feel as though that it's just going to keep being like how it is, man. Just like loosen everywhere. Because one thing we could honestly say about every female, regardless how smart they are, they indecisive. They don't know what choice that they're going to actually make, for sure. You know what I mean? I can trust a nigga being shiesty. I can trust a nigga being shiesty more than a female really being shiesty, because you can't know if they really gonna be shiesty, because she might really be for you. You might think she's shiesty, but she not. She really for you. But it's just the way that they move they move the indecisive. They move indecisive the best, should I say? And that's what I learned in my life. Like how female, you can't really, call it with a female. So my feeling personally, at times, I feel like I should just be by myself because it is save all that. But I don't let life destroy me at times because I get the better moments of somebody that be trying to learn from you and try to pick up from what what you've been through and what you're going through experiencing with them. So it'll keep you in the middle. And I guess that's the better balance of life because you don't have everything good and you don't have everything bad. So I appreciate everybody that's out here that's really trying to hear something from a real person that's out here in the real world, in the real city, Philadelphia. So I'm not all like your regular, YouTuber or whatever. I barely be giving you content, but I had to give you content on that because that's sad that how the world take their perspective of this man passing away, especially the females, man. I'm telling you, especially when social media get it. Don't let one of them social media celebrities get it and put out there that they don't like them. And watch how they just blow up that and keep on going and they can highlight that. It'll be good for like 3 weeks to a month or two. And then we talking about the next thing or the next few things they done slid up in there in the meantime. While we not worrying about all these changes that they making that's actually making life worse for us behind our back. So I don't know if it's a program situation with that man passing away, and I hope it's not something that's planned on our conscience and planned on somebody's life like that. But at the end of the day, we gotta not play on the fact that somebody playing dead. We can't play that. Like, and then being dead, you can't even play on them being dead. Cause I don't know. I don't even be wanting to say that shit. Cause it's sad. Cause listen, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I hit my mans up when I read it, and I said, "Damn, let me hit my mans up," cause he put me on. And I told him like, "You should have seen this face. He chilling with me. Like, what the fuck? No, don't tell me." Yeah, like that nigga hurt. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like that shit not cool. Like to play on, and I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not perfect. I was an asshole that played on people. Before, and said things like that. But when you getting like older and you really see things like this and where time's at today, that shit changed me. And I ain't even playing like that. Like, and I've been about this before this happened with his situation, but this was a situation that allowed me to speak up about it. So I'm sorry that the traffic is so loud you probably can't hear me, but I'm just trying my best to be able to give y'all a real person to relate to with the content that I got. I still got some things coming up that I'm putting together, man. Shout out to Fanon Boxing. Shout out to my sis, the real Yvonne. Shout out to YSM Sports. Shout out to Blue Blood. Shout out to all the boxing channels anyway, Even though it's a lot of y'all I like, a few of y'all be saying stuff I don't like, but I still be watching sometimes to support y'all. Shout out to Tevin Farmer. Y'all definitely got to watch his fight. It's May 21st. Shout out my boy Boost Ennis. He definitely fighting on that Charlo Casano card. Make sure y'all support all the Philly boxers too. They definitely coming. Salute to y'all. I'm almost near my destination. So y'all have a nice day. And I think the two people that's actually watching and stuck around and a few people that was in and out, man. Thank y'all for supporting me. Now, I gotta go. Y'all enjoy your day.